Success leaves clues, my friends. And today we're going to uncover the most powerful clue of all, the secret of acting as if you've already made it. Now, you might be wondering, why should I act like I've made it when I'm still on my journey? Well, let me tell you, that's precisely the mindset that separates the achievers from the dreamers. Success isn't just a destination you reach one day. It's a way of thinking, a way of carrying yourself, a way of approaching every single day of your life. And here's the kicker. The fastest way to become successful is to start acting like you already are. Now, I'm not talking about faking it until you make it. No, this goes much deeper than that. This is about embodying the very essence of success, about aligning your actions, your thoughts, and your beliefs with the person you aspire to become. It's about making success a habit, not just a goal. Let's break this down, shall we? When you act like you've already made it, you're not pretending, you're preparing. You're conditioning your mind and your body for the success that's inevitably coming your way. You're setting the stage for your own greatness. How does a successful person carry themselves? How do they speak? How do they approach challenges? How do they treat others? These aren't just superficial behaviors. They're the manifestations of a success-oriented mindset. And here's the beautiful thing. You can adopt this mindset starting right now, this very moment. But I know what some of you are thinking. I can't act successful when I'm still struggling to pay my bills. Or I don't feel successful, so how can I act like it? These are valid concerns, and I wanted to address them head on. Acting like you've made. It isn't about pretending your challenges don't exist. It's about approaching those challenges with the confidence and resourcefulness of someone who knows they'll overcome them. It's about viewing obstacles, not as roadblocks, but as opportunities for growth and learning. Remember, every successful person you admire once stood exactly where you're standing now. They faced doubts, they encountered setbacks, they struggled, but what set them apart was their unwavering belief in their eventual success. They acted as if that success was inevitable, and in doing so, they made it inevitable. How do we put this principle into action? How do we start acting like we've already made it? Well, it begins with your daily habits. Successful people don't wait until they've made it to develop good habits. They understand that it's their habits that will get them there. Start by asking yourself, if I were already wildly successful, how would I start my day? Would I hit the snooze button 5 times, or would I leap out of bed, eager to seize the opportunities the day holds? Would I scroll mindlessly through social media, or would I invest that time in personal development, in learning, in strategizing? Acting like you've made it isn't about buying expensive cars or wearing fancy clothes. It's about adopting the mindset and habits of success long before the material trappings arrive. It's about respecting your time like it's the most valuable commodity in the world. Because it is. It's about treating your mind and body like the incredible assets they are. How successful people approach learning. They don't view education as something that ends with a diploma. They're perpetual students, always hungry for knowledge, always seeking to improve. So ask yourself, are you investing in your personal growth every single day? Are you reading books that challenge your thinking? Are you seeking out mentors and role models? Acting like you've made it means taking responsibility for your own growth. It means understanding that the person you become is far more important than the things you acquire. Successful people don't wait for opportunities to fall into their laps. They create them. They understand that success is not about luck or circumstance, but about preparation meeting opportunity. Successful people understand the power of connections. They nurture relationships. They add value to others' lives. They surround themselves with positive, ambitious individuals. If you were already highly successful, how would you treat the people around you? Would you be constantly complaining and gossiping, or would you be uplifting and inspiring others? Would you be focused solely on what others can do for you? Or would you be looking for ways to contribute and make a difference? Acting like you've made it isn't just about how you treat yourself. It's about how you treat others. It's about developing a reputation for reliability, integrity, and positivity. It's about becoming the kind of person others want to be around, the kind of person others want to do business with. Now, I can almost hear some of you thinking, but isn't this all just positive thinking? Just wishful thinking? And to that, I say, absolutely not. This isn't about positive thinking. It's about positive acting. It's about aligning your actions with your aspirations. It's about living in a way that makes success not just possible, but inevitable. Success doesn't happen to you. It happens because of you. It's not something you wait for. It's something you create, and you create it by acting day in and day out as if success is your natural state. If you were to meet your future successful self, what advice do you think they would give you? Do you think they'd tell you to wait until you feel successful to start acting that way? Or do you think they'd urge you to start embodying that success right now? Your future successful self understands something crucial. That success is not an event, but a process. It's not something that happens overnight, but something that's built decision by decision, action by action, day by day. Fear is one of the biggest obstacles that prevents people from acting like they've made it. Fear of failure, fear of looking foolish, fear of stepping out of their comfort zone. But here's the truth. Successful people feel fear too. The difference is they don't let that fear paralyze them. They understand that fear is often a signpost pointing towards growth. When you act like you've made it, you're not eliminating fear. You're simply choosing to act in spite of it. You're choosing to see challenges as opportunities, obstacles as stepping stones. You're choosing to believe in your ability to figure things out, to learn, to adapt, to overcome. The last time you faced a significant challenge, how did you approach it? Did you shrink back, overwhelmed by doubt, or did you lean in, confident in your ability to find a solution? Acting like you've made it means approaching every challenge with the mindset of a problem solver, not a victim. The way you speak to yourself has a profound impact on your actions and ultimately your results. Successful people understand this. They're intentional about the words they use, both when speaking to others and when speaking to themselves. If you were to eavesdrop on the internal dialogue of a highly successful person, what do you think you'd hear? Would you hear self-doubt and criticism, or would you hear encouragement and determination? Would you hear excuses, or would you hear solutions? Acting like you've made it means being your own biggest cheerleader. It means replacing "I can't" with "how can I?" It means viewing setbacks not as failures, but as feedback. It means understanding that your words create your reality and choosing those words with intention and care. Acting like you've made it, it doesn't mean denying your current reality. It doesn't mean pretending that challenges don't exist. What it means is approaching those challenges with the confidence and resourcefulness of someone who knows they'll overcome them. If you knew with absolute certainty that you would eventually achieve all your goals, how would that change the way you approach your day-to-day life? How would it change the way you handle setbacks? How would it change the risks you're willing to take? When you act like you've made it, you're not just putting on a show for others. You're programming your subconscious mind. You're creating new neural pathways. You're literally rewiring your brain for success. When you start changing, when you start embodying success, not everyone will understand. Some people might even try to pull you back down to where you were. Successful people understand that the opinions of others are just that, opinions. They're not facts. They're not prophecies. They're simply the perspectives of other people filtered through their own experiences and beliefs. Acting like you've made it means having the courage to stay true to your vision even when others don't see it yet. It means understanding that not everyone will support your journey, and that's okay. It means surrounding yourself with people who believe in you, who challenge you to grow, who inspire you to reach higher. You see, many people have a complicated relationship with money. They see it as something scarce, something to be hoarded. But successful people understand that money is simply a tool, a means to an end. When you act like you've made it, you start to view money differently. You see it not as something to be feared or worshiped, but as something to be managed wisely. You understand that wealth is not just about what you earn, but about what you do with what you earn. If you were already financially successful, how would you approach your finances? Would you be constantly worried about money, or would you be focused on creating value? Would you be penny wise and pound foolish, or would you be making strategic investments in your future? Acting like you've made it means developing an abundance mindset. It means understanding that there's enough success to go around, that someone else's success doesn't diminish your own. It means focusing on creating value, on solving problems, on making a difference, knowing that financial rewards will follow. Truly successful people understand that their body is their most valuable asset. They don't wait until they've made it to start taking care of themselves. They make their health a priority from day one. If you were already at the top of your game, how would you treat your body? Would you be fueling it with junk food and neglecting exercise? Or would you be nourishing it with healthy foods, regular exercise, and adequate rest? Acting like you've made it means treating your body like the incredible machine it is. It means understanding that your physical health directly impacts your mental clarity, your energy levels, and ultimately your ability to perform at your best. Now, I want to address something that might be on some of your minds. You might be thinking, isn't all this acting like you've made it, just fake it till you make it? And to that I say, absolutely not. There's a world of difference between faking it and embodying it. Faking it is putting on a show. It's pretending to be something you're not. Embodying success, on the other hand, is about aligning your actions with your aspirations. It's about becoming the person you want to be, starting right now. When you truly embody success, there's no faking involved. You're not pretending, you're preparing. You're not putting on an act, you're putting in the work. You're not trying to fool anyone. You're focused on becoming the best version of yourself. Successful people understand that clarity comes from action, not thought. They don't wait until they have everything figured out before they start moving forward. If you were already highly successful, how would you approach decision making? Would you be paralyzed by fear of making the wrong choice? Or would you trust in your ability to adjust course as needed? Acting like you've made it. It means embracing imperfect action over perfect inaction. It means understanding that mistakes are not just inevitable valuable. They're opportunities to learn, to grow, to refine your approach. Now, I want to address something that might be holding some of you back from fully embracing this mindset. You might be thinking, but if I act like I've made it, won't I become complacent? Won't I lose my hunger, my drive? And to that I say, absolutely not. Acting like you've made it isn't about resting on your laurels. It's about raising your standards. It's about constantly challenging yourself to reach new heights. Truly successful people are never satisfied with the status quo. They're always looking for ways to improve, to innovate, to push the boundaries of what's possible. They understand that success is not a destination, but a continual journey of growth and improvement. The most successful people in any field, be it business, sports, arts, or science, are often the ones who work the hardest. They're the ones who are always striving to be better, to learn more, to achieve more. Acting like you've made it means adopting this mindset of constant growth and improvement. It means understanding that there's always room to be better, always more to learn, always new heights to reach. One of the hallmarks of truly successful people is their ability to sacrifice short-term pleasures for long-term gains. If you were already highly successful, how would you approach instant gratification? Would you be constantly seeking quick fixes and easy wins? Or would you be focused on building something sustainable, something that lasts? Acting like you've made it means developing the discipline to do what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like it. It means understanding that success is often the result of countless small actions taken consistently over time. Now, I want to address something that might be troubling some of you. You might be thinking, but what if I act like I've made it and still fail? What if it doesn't work out? And to that I say, good that you're thinking about this, because it shows you understand that success is not guaranteed. Failure is not the opposite of success. It's part of success. Every successful person you admire has failed probably more times than you can imagine. The difference is they didn't let those failures define them. They used them as stepping stones, as learning experiences, as fuel for their journey. Acting like you've made, it doesn't mean pretending that failure isn't a possibility. It means approaching potential failure with the mindset of someone who knows they'll eventually succeed. It means understanding that every failure is simply feedback, an opportunity to adjust your approach. Your ability to celebrate small wins. You see, acting like you've made it doesn't mean waiting until you've achieved some grand goal to feel successful. It means finding success in your daily progress, in the small steps you take towards your goals. If you were already highly successful, how would you approach your daily achievements? Would you brush them off as insignificant, or would you recognize them as the building blocks of your larger success? Acting like you've made it, it means cultivating an attitude of gratitude. It means appreciating where you are while working towards where you want to be. It means understanding that success is not just about the destination, but about the journey itself. Now, I want to address something that might be holding some of you back from fully embracing this mindset. You might be thinking, but isn't acting like I've made it before I actually have just setting myself up for disappointment? And to that, I say, not at all. In fact, it's quite the opposite. When you act like you've made it, you're not setting yourself up for disappointment. You're setting yourself up for success. You're creating a self-fulfilling prophecy. You're aligning your actions, your thoughts, and your beliefs with the success you desire. Every great achievement in history started as a thought, as a belief, as a vision of what could be. The Wright brothers acted as if human flight was possible long before they ever left the ground. Thomas Edison acted as if the light bulb could be invented long before he succeeded. Every entrepreneur acts as if their business will succeed long before they turn a profit. Acting like you've made it isn't about denying reality. It's about creating a new reality. It's about understanding that your actions shape your circumstances, not the other way around. When you start acting like you've made it, you might worry about what others will think. Will they see you as arrogant? Will they accuse you of getting ahead of yourself? What others think of you is none of your business. Your business is to focus on your growth, your progress, your journey. Remember, those who matter don't mind, and those who mind don't matter. Do you think they waited for everyone's approval before they started acting on their vision? Of course not. They understood that criticism is the price of ambition, and they were willing to pay that price. Acting like you've made it means having the courage to stand out, to be different. It means being willing to be misunderstood in the short term for the sake of your long-term vision. It means understanding that your actions might ruffle some feathers, but that's often a sign you're moving in the right direction. Acting like you've made it isn't just about external behaviors. It's about rewiring your brain, about changing the way you think at a fundamental level. When you consistently act like you've made it, you're creating new neural pathways in your brain. You're literally changing your brain structure to align with your vision of success. This is the power of neuroplasticity, your brain's ability to reorganize itself based on your experiences and behaviors. Every time you act with confidence, every time you make a decision aligned with your goals, every time you push through a challenge, you're strengthening these success-oriented neural pathways. You're making success your default mode of operation. This doesn't happen overnight. It requires consistency, persistence, and patience. It's about making small, deliberate choices every single day that align with the successful person you're becoming. The role of visualization in acting like you've made it. Successful people understand the power of mental rehearsal. They don't just act like they've made it in the physical world. They create vivid, detailed mental images of their success. When you visualize yourself succeeding, you're priming your brain for success. You're creating a mental blueprint that your subconscious mind works to bring into reality. This isn't magical thinking. It's a scientifically proven technique used by top performers in every field. Spend time each day visualizing your success. See yourself achieving your goals. Feel the emotions of accomplishment. Engage all your senses in this mental rehearsal. The more real you can make it in your mind, the more likely you are to make it real in your life. Your ability to manage stress and pressure. As you climb higher, as you reach for bigger goals, you'll inevitably face increased pressure. The question is, how will you handle it? Successful people understand that stress is not the enemy. In fact, they often view stress as a sign that they're pushing their boundaries, that they're growing. They've learned to harness stress as a source of energy and motivation. Developing resilience means viewing challenges not as threats, but as opportunities to prove your capabilities. It means understanding that pressure is a privilege. It's a sign that you're playing a bigger game. So how do you develop this resilience? It starts with your mindset. Instead of asking, why is this happening to me? Ask, what can I learn from this? Instead of focusing on the problem, focus on potential solutions. Remember, it's not the events in your life that define you, but how you respond to those events. The importance of authenticity in acting like you've made it. This isn't about putting on a fake persona or pretending to be someone you're not. It's about becoming the best, most authentic version of yourself. Truly successful people are comfortable in their own skin. They understand their strengths and weaknesses. They're not trying to be carbon copies of someone else's success. They're creating their own unique brand of success. Acting like you've made it means embracing your uniqueness. It means understanding that your quirks, your experiences, your perspective, these are all part of what makes you valuable. It means having the courage to be yourself, unapologetically. Think about the most successful people you admire. Chances are they're not trying to fit into some preconceived mold of success. They've defined success on their own terms, and they're living it authentically. The power of your environment and acting like you've made it. You see, your environment, the people you surround yourself with, the places you spend your time, the information you consume, all of this has a profound impact on your mindset and behaviors. Successful people understand this. They're intentional about creating an environment that supports their goals and aspirations. They surround themselves with positive, ambitious people. They seek out mentors and role models. They create spaces that inspire creativity and productivity. Acting like you've made it means being proactive about shaping your environment. It means being willing to distance yourself from negative influences. It means seeking out experiences and relationships that challenge you to grow. So I challenge you to take a hard look at your environment. Is it supporting your vision of success? Is it challenging you to grow? If not, what changes can you make? The importance of continuous learning and acting like you've made it. You see, truly successful people are lifelong learners. They understand that in our rapidly changing world, the ability to learn and adapt is perhaps the most valuable skill you can develop. Acting like you've made it doesn't mean acting like you know everything. Quite the opposite. In fact, it means approaching each day with a beginner's mindset, always eager to learn, always open to new ideas. The most successful people in any field are often the ones who are most eager to learn. They're constantly reading, attending seminars, seeking out new experiences. They understand that knowledge is not just power, it's the fuel for continued growth and success. So how can you embody this mindset of continuous learning? Start by cultivating curiosity. Ask questions. Seek out diverse perspectives. Challenge your own assumptions. Remember, every person you meet knows something you don't. Your job is to find out what that is. The role of discipline in acting like you've made it. Success is not about sporadic bursts of motivation. It's about consistent, disciplined action over time. Successful people understand that discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. They've learned to do what needs to be done, whether they feel like it or not. They understand that motivation is fickle, but discipline is reliable. Acting like you've made it means developing the self-discipline to stay committed to your goals, even when the initial excitement has worn off. It means showing up day after day, putting in the work, staying focused on your long-term vision. Discipline, it's like a muscle. The more you exercise it, the stronger it becomes. Start small. Build habits that align with your goals. Celebrate small victories. Over time, these small acts of discipline compound into significant results. Truly successful people have a deep understanding of themselves, their strengths, their weaknesses, their values, their motivations. Self-awareness is like a superpower. It allows you to leverage your strengths, mitigate your weaknesses, and make decisions that align with your core values. It helps you navigate challenges with clarity and purpose. Acting like you've made it means continually developing your self-awareness. It means regularly taking time for self-reflection. It means seeking feedback and being open to constructive criticism. It means being honest with yourself about your strengths and areas for improvement. So how can you develop greater self-awareness? Start by asking yourself powerful questions. What are your core values? What motivates you? What are your biggest strengths? Where do you have room for growth? The more you understand yourself, the more effectively you can navigate your journey to success. Now, let's address the role of gratitude in acting like you've made it. You see, truly successful people understand the power of appreciation. They don't wait until they've arrived to start being grateful. They practice gratitude every step of the way. Gratitude is not just a feel-good exercise. It's a powerful tool that can transform your mindset and your results. When you focus on what you're grateful for, you train your brain to notice opportunities, to find solutions, to see the good in every situation. Acting like you've made it means cultivating an attitude of gratitude. It means appreciating where you are while working towards where you want to be. It means understanding that success is not just about achieving goals, but about enjoying the journey. So I challenge you to make gratitude a daily practice. Each day, take time to reflect on what you're grateful for. Focus not just on the big things, but on the small, everyday blessings. You'll be amazed at how this simple practice can shift your perspective and accelerate your success. Acting like you've made it. It is not about pretending or putting on a show. It's about aligning your thoughts, beliefs, and actions with the successful person you're becoming. It's about raising your standards, expanding your vision, and stepping into your full potential. Remember, success is not something that happens to you. It's something that happens because of you. It's the result of the person you become, the habits you develop, the mindset you cultivate. So I challenge you to start acting like you've made it. Starting right now, carry yourself with confidence. Make decisions with purpose. Approach challenges with resilience. Treat others with kindness and respect. Live each day as if success is not just possible, but inevitable. Because here's the truth. When you act like you've made it, when you embody success in everything you do, you set in motion a series of events that make your success a reality. You become unstoppable. So go out there and act like you've made it, not because you're trying to fool anyone, but because you're committed to becoming the best version of yourself, because you understand that success is not just a destination, but a way of being. Remember, the future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams and act accordingly. So dream big, act boldly, and watch as your reality transforms to match your vision. Your success is waiting. Go out there, claim it. Truly successful people understand that success isn't just about personal achievement, it's about lifting others up along the way. If you were already highly successful, how would you approach leadership? Would you be focused solely on your own success? Or would you be looking for ways to empower others to create opportunities for those around you? Acting like you've made it means developing a leader's mindset, regardless of your current position. It means taking initiative, being proactive, and always looking for ways to add value. It means understanding that true success is not just about what you achieve, but about the impact you have on others.